visit from Marlon Brando, plus Paul Schaefer and the NBC Orchestra. And now a man who believes there is nothing to fear except for evil dogs. They are really scary. David Letterman!
Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. I feel like $1 million. Everybody here at work, I know Paul and his family, and I guess everybody across the country, were under the influence of this Pan Am Games mania. And this just in yesterday in baseball, the United States baseball team crushed Aruba 15-2. Yeah! Yeah. From the world of electronic media, television. Yes. ABC announced that they are dropping their daytime home shopping game. It's called Bargain Hunters. Have you ever seen Bargain Hunters? Paul, have you ever seen?
I'm caught about Bargain Hunters.
Yeah.
No.
So they announced that they are dropping Bargain Hunters and they're going to replace it now with reruns of Mr. Belvedere. Why would they even bother announcing something like this? What? 15-2, USA over Aruba. That's a baseball rivalry that goes back decades. And well, this was good news. Former hostage Charles Glass, I guess he was an ABC newsman. ABC newsman? Yeah. Was released, I guess not released exactly, he escaped, and he's feeling just fine. He said, though, to the press, he said, this is an actual quote, "I never realized how bad it was to be a hostage." I suppose that's right. I think things like that always look more glamorous on TV, you know. I am so well rested tonight. I may have a little too much energy tonight because, you know what it is, this harmonic convergence. I'm getting stations on my TV, Paul, I never even saw before. I'm getting like Channel 97, Channel 94. It's amazing.
Wonderful.
Planets aligning did that, of course. According to an article in the Los Angeles Times yesterday, 1 out of every 5 batches of condoms tested in a government program over the last 4 months failed to meet minimum standards for leaks. Despite that fact, Vice President Bush said he really enjoyed the job. So, you know... That's certainly comedy at its finest, isn't it? What a show, ladies and gentlemen. What a show. Geez, I should have had a nap because Harry Shearer, a very funny young gentleman, is with us tonight, and from the highly acclaimed news program NBC Sunrise. How many of you have seen NBC Sunrise? No, I didn't say Bargain Hunters. I said... anyway, the lovely, talented Deborah Norville is here tonight, and also to round things off, Kamar, the discount magician, will be here. And I understand tonight Kamar is going to levitate me. No? I thought Kmart was coming on to levitate. Kmart will not be levitating tonight, but something equally as exciting from Kmart. They'll be doing something else. Let's check in and see what Hal's wearing. Hal, are you ready?
Hey, Dave.
Our beloved director, Hal Gurney, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what Hal's wearing tonight. Hal, are you in there?
Hi, Dave.
Hi, Hal. Nice to see you.
Dave, tonight is the blue shirt.
Blue shirt.
Let me stand up here. The tan chinos. Tilt down, so the shoes.
Chinos.
Tan chinos. And brown shoes.
And the brown shoes.
Loafers, I'm sorry, loafers.
Once again, we have the blue shirt, the tan chinos, and the brown loafers. Thank you very much. What Hal? People are actually spending money to buy time on this show. I mean, big scratch, too, you know? Is that kind of an old term, big let's do our top 10 list here tonight. From the home office in Scottsdale, Arizona, tonight's category, top 10 reasons to watch the rest of the broadcast. Here we go. Top 10 reasons now to watch the rest of tonight's program. 10 might show that cute Dancing Raisins commercial. Yeah. Number 9, Kmart might accidentally set himself on fire. Well, you never know. Tough gig for Kmart. Number 8, shows on ABC and CBS blow. We've already checked this. Number 7 might show that cute Dancing Raisins commercial. I don't seem to have the Hal, I don't seem to have the other 6 reasons to what. Do you have the rest of the reasons in there, Hal?
Let me check.
All right. Hal's going to check for us because we only have the 4 here, 10 through 7.
Now, keep looking.
Doing a little radio play in there.
How about the thrill cam, Dave?
Great. Let's go right to the thrill cam. Here it is, boys. Here we go. More trouble with this darn thrill cam. You know, ladies and gentlemen, to change the subject here for a second, not for a second, for the rest of the show, as a matter of fact, prison is no longer the sole province of low-life thugs. No, nothing could be farther from the truth. In today's modern jail, you're as likely to find celebrated young actors or titans of Wall Street. But as with anything, your stay will be far more pleasant if you bother to learn and use the proper rules of prison etiquette. Walk this way, if you will, please, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, if I can walk that way, didn't need the talcum powder. Here we go. Prison etiquette. Okay, here we are, ladies and gentlemen, in prison. Are you a convict or a maintenance man? What is it?
I'm on the maintenance detail.
Maintenance detail, I see. You know, in prison, ladies and gentlemen, first impressions are crucial. And as the new man on the block, it's your responsibility to introduce yourself to your cellmate by name, crime, and sentence. Hi, Dave Letterman, embezzlement, 2 years.
Frank Baker, first-degree murder, 2 consecutive life sentences.
Wow. 2 consecutive life sentences. Well, maybe you'll get lucky and they'll do away with one of those life sentences. This brings us to rule number 2. Always break the ice with a little joke. Remember, they wouldn't be in prison if they didn't enjoy lively hijinks. You know, as with any new arrival, it's appropriate to bring a housewarming gift, and a customized license plate from the prison shop is an ideal way to promote cell block camaraderie. There it is.
Thanks.
There you go, Frank. There. I hope you enjoy that. Thank you.
Thanks.
Nice to see you.
Very nice.
Okay.
Thank you.
I killed 8. All right. Everyone knows that you summon the guard by rattling your cup on the prison bars here. Let me just show you how this works. But that horrible noise is liable to annoy some of your homicidal neighbors. So do this instead. use one of these beautiful tin cup wind chimes. You're sure you're not with Beacons?
Oh, I wish I were.
You know, prisons have a pecking order as regimented as any ant colony, and soon you'll have the pleasure of meeting the cell block boss. Why, here he comes now.
All right, step aside. All right, step aside. So you're the new meat, eh?
Uh-huh.
Well, let's get one thing straight. I run this cell block and the people in it. And shine these mud-caked shoes. And give me your dessert at chow tonight.
Okay, now here's real trouble, ladies and gentlemen. This guy comes in, obviously been working on the furnace, a powerful and influential convict, and he's trying to bully you. Now, the best course is to ingratiate yourself with lavish flattery. By the way, have you ever had any dance training? You move so beautifully, so poetically.
Do you really think
Oh,
so?
yeah, I really do.
That's awfully kind of you.
Well, thank you. Now, here's another one of the great things about being in jail. The chance to see and hear famous singers like Johnny Cash absolutely free.
Country music again? I'm sick of it. When are we going to get some fabulous Broadway stars? Like Miss Cheetah Rivera or Mr. Peter Allen?
Oh, God. This is, you heard the United States defeated Aruba again, didn't you?
No, did they?
Oh, yeah.
I'll go with that.
This is a common prison faux pas. Remember, these people are entertainers and are performing without pay for your benefit. Always receive them graciously.
Say, you don't have many disfiguring scars. How'd you like to be my new pretty boy?
You know, I hardly got no sleep last night.
I'm sorry about that.
Here's a sticky social situation. How to turn down a hopeful Romeo without hurting his feelings. Well, you might just try introducing him to someone else. Have you met Frank Baker over here? He's in for multiple murders, Frank Baker, right there.
Oh, really? Well, so am I.
It's a small world.
Yes, small world.
It really is.
It really is, yes.
Yeah, isn't that a nice warm feeling?
Dave, is this piece about over?
About 5 minutes ago.
I'd like to promote my upcoming appearances on Hollywood Square.
Sure, go right ahead, Larry.
Well, I just got back from the coast, where we taped 5 fun-filled episodes. I'll be the puffy guy in the center square. My witty remarks are all off the cuff. Not like some nickel and dime celebrities. Like that bonehead John Davidson.
Okay.
See you there.
Okay, fine. And Jerry, how about you? Do you have anything to plug?
No, I just want to get out of here.
Yeah, I think we all know that feeling. Okay, that's it. Prison etiquette. We'll be right back, folks. We have a swell show. Don't go. Well, you know, we try. We always like to put a little something at the top of the show to get things rolling, and we try.
That's right.
We try. You were safely behind the organ, fortunately.
I didn't have to be out there in
That's
the
right.
fray with you.
Nowhere near the debris or the fallout. Let's see, there's the Mets and the St. Louis Cardinals, and the Yankees and the Red Sox, and I guess the Dodgers Giants, USA Aruba. Yeah, one of the Our first guest's act tonight never fails to amaze people. He has stupefied a pope and a president, and I'm reasonably confident that he'll do the same to us tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Kmar, the discount magician. Kmar. Kmar.
Oh, David.
Kmar.
How are you, David?
Pleasure to see you.
How are you, sir?
Thank you for coming. What are you going to do for us tonight, Kmar? You always have
You
something...
don't even ask me where I come from. I just came from Aruba. Was performing at the Golden Tulip.
The Golden Tulip
yeah,
in
I sent you
Aruba?
3 postcards.
Oh, thank you very much. How are things in Aruba?
Great, good. I had a lot of sun.
Well, now, what happened to that levitation deal? I understood you were going to...
That's part 2.
Part 2.
We're going to do part 2. You know, it's every movie now, they have part 1, part 2. So we're going to do
that'll be
with
the
David.
sequel.
Yeah, part 2, I'm going to levitate you 15 feet high.
Oh.
And I say this in public. David.
And by the way, that's the kind of thing people normally would have the good sense not to say in public. But
David.
Kmar, out there on a
Let
limb.
me first show you a spectacular trick, and then I got a surprise.
All right, here we
for you,
go.
okay?
Kmart.
David, I know you love birds, and you
Oh.
told me to vaccinate it. I vaccinate this time.
That's right.
You see it? Like birds? Yes or no? Now, I want the
Problem with
camera on
Newcastle's disease or something, I think
on
it's one.
myself all the time. Do you see it?
What?
You see it?
I
The
didn't-
whole world show it.
What
You
happened?
didn't see that?
I didn't see it. I'm
You
sorry.
didn't- Oh, they taped it. Who did this backstage? They taped my boxes. Look at this. I don't believe it. Hop. Oh, David. Oh, David. David. Come here, boy. All right. Oh, wow. All right. David, this is not a pet stupid
No, I
trick.
know.
This is a trained performing bird.
That's stupid, Chris.
Look at David. Look.
You got fresh batteries in that bird, don't you, Kmart?
Yeah. Look at the wings is not clipped and he can fly. Watch this.
No, we don't want him
Come
flying.
on. Watch this.
Very nice.
And
Okay.
if he bites, he cuts the finger off. You know what I mean? It's a master. Stay there.
So it's perfect for kids' parties.
This one,
Yeah.
that's a $3,000 bird, David. Now, David, may I have the table, please?
Oh, good. I think I'll have it fried. All right, now.
David, first, let me show you that I make you famous.
Oh, great.
You're famous already all over the world,
What do
but
we have here?
today
We have
you're
a,
in the Proini. This is the Greek news.
Where is this
And
published?
look
Right
at
here in
the-
New York City?
here in New York
A Greek
City.
language newspaper.
Look at this, and your picture is right in the main
Yeah.
page, in the front
Me,
page.
you and me and Kmart. Yeah.
Right, is that amazing? No press agent. How you like that? Oh, David, this is the box, by the way, that I'm going to make you disappear.
Oh, great. We'll look
I'll
forward to
bring
that.
you back. I love you.
You paid for the rights for the photo, right?
No. Now, David,
Here we go.
This bird was lost for 6 months. It came
Lost for
back.
6 months?
The other one, it was stolen from my van. I had 2 of them.
Now,
Hey, David.
see, that's terrible, but I don't think in the middle of your magic act, that's the kind of thing.
Well, somebody probably feels sorry for me. Whatever he is who stole it from my van, maybe he will call you and bring it back.
I see.
know,
But
this is
if
my
you were
time.
out working a real gig someplace, you wouldn't want to stop everything and
I
talk
did,
about
I
your
did.
personal
I
hardships.
was in every news for that.
That takes the edge off the fun.
Okay, David, you want to learn a magic trick? I'm going to teach you magic, Greek.
Okay.
Now, the magicians,
Is
they
there a
take...
reward for the bird?
Yes,
How much?
$5,000. $5,000
For this bird
for
right
this
here?
bird, yes.
Does it answer to any kind of name? Do we?
Got a lot. His name Mike. Yeah, Mike. Yeah,
All right, so if you run into this bird, his name is Mike.
5,000.
Now, if you run into a bird and his name is Carl, what could he be lying?
Could it be lying? Yeah. Well, he knows me. If he sees me, he will come to me.
Okay.
You see my bird, how behavior?
I see your bird. He's a lovely
Watch.
bird.
When a magician takes a ball, David, and he puts him in his hand, makes him disappear,
Right.
and brings him right here.
Sure.
I will show you the moves. Now, pick it up. I want you to, so you can see that it's just a stupid ball. You know. Watch. You put him over here, you make it disappear, you go in your pocket, you bring it from
Whoa.
here. Now,
Very
if I
nice.
do it again once more, then make it disappear and go in my pocket, and it comes in my pocket. Now, if I push him right in, just like that. Now, you have any idea which hand it is the ball now? Ha! You figured it out. Now, you made a mistake. This is a square.
See? Yeah, there you go.
Now,
I was
maybe
fooled.
you say this hand or this block.
Oh,
So you
Kmart.
can never win with a magician.
No,
Did you
very
believe
nice.
that? Thank you.
Kmart, there you go.
Okay.
Tell you what. And then, okay, we have to do a commercial, and then we'll get ready for the next big trick.
Oh, okay.
We'll be right back here. Okay. What's next, Kmart?
Okay, David, I have a beautiful trick for you.
You travel in a van, apparently.
Yeah,
you mentioned
three-
they broke into your van and stole
I
your
know.
stuff. Yeah.
There's somebody. Come here, get in over there. Come on.
Does it say Kmart on
show
the
off.
side of the van? Kmart the magician?
Yeah, David.
Well, that was probably a tip-off. He had valuable things in there. Yeah.
I know. It's the 3rd time. I have the clippings from the newspaper.
The
Now,
3rd time they
3/4.
busted into your van?
3 times.
Wow.
I have a whole history of it. Records. 3 coins, yes? One,
Three quarters.
2,
Three American
3
quarters.
quarters. Can we have the camera so
Yellow,
they can see?
magenta,
okay.
green.
Now, take any color you like, so this way we know. Sorry, don't worry about it.
That one. What do I do with it?
This
Pick it
one,
up?
take the pen and autograph it with anything you like. I don't care what. Take the other coins that we don't need. Okay? Take your time. Got all the...
Okay. Okay.
All right. This is the coin that here with the red. Is that red? I can see.
Yeah,
good. Okay,
magenta.
we'll put them inside. Magenta they call. Put them inside in the handkerchief, just like that. And I want you to hold it. Also, David, we've got a pin here.
You have all your stuff in the van at all times?
All the time, because you never know.
You never
Hold it
know.
over there.
Get an
from the top.
emergency call to go to magic
Exactly.
someplace,
Now,
and boom.
over here,
You have
David.
a beeper, don't you, Kmart?
Yeah, I have a beeper. No, I don't have a beeper.
Oh,
I
you don't
can't
have a
afford
beeper.
it, no.
Can't afford a beeper.
David, I have here all the way from Macy's. Macy's, a store. I bought the present. It's wrapped up already. Look, it's sealed.
Sealed up, wrapped up.
All right, wrapped up. Now, may I have the quarter?
Sure.
Can you check it once more? Fast.
Check
Is
the
it there?
quarter?
Yeah,
You know,
don't
the
be
quarter?
afraid.
No,
You won't
it's there,
bite.
yeah.
Watch her. Ladies and gentlemen, the power of telekinesis. Mine over mare. The coin. 1, 2, 3. Up. David. Ali. Disappear. Now, open
Open
please
the box. Open
But
the box.
before you open it, please, the spectacular thing, this is the thing, in case we don't have time, David.
In case we don't have...
David. Watch, David.
Well, no, it doesn't mean anything to anybody. You haven't done anything there.
David, watch.
You just got a box
I didn't
there.
do nothing. I got a box. I'm going to put you in. Look at the knife. It's empty.
Yeah.
Now watch, David.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the knives out. Examine it, please. Put them in your hand. Don't be afraid. This is real.
Yeah.
Watch all the knives out. Knives. Knives, David. Knives, David.
Yep. Here we go.
Knives, David.
Yep.
Knives. Check it out, David.
Yep.
Now watch, David. Ladies and gentlemen, this trick has the wish of a magician. It produces beautiful people or makes bad people disappear. Too bad I couldn't make David disappear tonight. No, I'm only kidding. Watch, ladies and gentlemen. 1, 2, Ali! Oh, wow! And here we go. All right. Oh.
Nice to see you. Very nice.
Okay. Now open the box, David. Open the box.
That's your lovely daughter, isn't it?
Stay here, Kathy. Could you please open it?
Open the box. How are we doing on time?
Watch, ladies and gentlemen. Hurry up. Watch the masterpiece, ladies and gentlemen. Houdini was the first try to attempt this trick, and then another famous magician tried to go salad through salad. Well, I'm going to do it right here for the first time of David Letterman. Open up.
So Houdini was able to do this?
Well, he did it through wall, but
He
didn't
did it
go
through a
well.
wall.
Through wall. But open
You're doing it in a little tin box
Open,
here. That's,
open. Go ahead, go
but
ahead.
I guess the principle
Go
is
ahead,
the same.
open the
All
box and
right,
see what
stop
happens.
whining.
Open up. No, there's no snake coming out. One box.
God.
Salad.
We're going to be on until sunrise
Take
with
your
Deborah Norville. Do we have time for this?
Yeah, we have time. Open up.
Oh,
Another box.
come on.
Well, that's the beauty of the trick.
No, you should have ended with that one. That was the big trick. We
It
should have
can't
been
be a
out by
trick.
now.
She has to
We
hold
should have
that.
been in a commercial now.
She has to hold it.
Now we're going to see some little lousy quarter that I scribbled
Yeah,
on.
how did it go there?
Oh, damn it, Kmart now.
How did it go in there?
Now, how many more boxes are in there?
Just do a couple of more. Go ahead.
Believe me, nobody is having fun
Nobody
now,
ever
Kmart.
did this trick. You should be proud that
I'm
doing
going to
it
bust
on your
into your
TV.
van and steal these boxes. Fine, fine, fine. Let me go down there. There'll be a little quarter. Oh, Jesus.
Okay.
Now, this is it, right,
This
Kmart?
is it. What? Gently. Show to the camera, please.
You got a fortune in rubber bands, too,
I
Kmart.
know. Show to the camera. What's in there?
Here's the quarter.
Is this your autograph? Is
The
this
one
what
and the
you
same.
wrote?
This is what I
Show
wrote
to the
right
camera,
there.
please. A masterpiece.
You've done it again, Kmart. Thank you very much. Nice job. Thank you for being here. Kmart, ladies and gentlemen, the discount. Yeah, okay. Coming up in this half hour, Harry Shearer will be here tomorrow. Anchor, not tomorrow, but today, anchor of NBC News at Sunrise, which is on, well, not tomorrow, actually, but a little later today. Anyway, Deborah Norville will be here tomorrow. Marlon Brando, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
What a surprise. Marlon Brando.
May I be so bold as to interrupt your late-night caravan of giggles that I was watching in the green room?
Go right ahead.
Incidentally, I was backstage, and I ran in to your Harry Blackstone Jr., who was just out here, and I had to tell him what I think. I told him that his prestidigitation sucked. And he was not pleased with my commentary. Some words were exchanged, and he came very close to getting one of my Hirachis right up his...
Certainly
now,
a
with that
lovely
aside,
story.
I will sit down.
All right, Marlon. Now, I see you come out tonight and you have a matching set of luggage.
Luggage.
Yeah, luggage.
Now, luggage is usually leather.
Right, or vinyl.
Or vinyl.
Uh-huh.
And this is paper.
Uh-huh.
Ah! I'm already covered with witty jabs. I've only been out here 30 seconds.
Yeah, okay.
Get me some witch hazel. Get these jabs off me.
Okay, Marlon.
Listen, go easy on me, will you? I'm an old...
Okay, Marlon. Now, so I noticed you've been hanging around the building a lot the last couple of weeks.
And I think that some of your witticisms are rubbing off on me the closer that you and I get. We're getting very close.
That's right.
I was in the elevator today, and it stopped on every floor.
Oh, sure.
And so without even thinking, I turned around to everybody else in the elevator, and I said, hey, it looks like we got on an express. Looks like we got on an express.
Right, yeah. But, you know, as I've heard that joke before, and I think people usually say, oh, great, we're on a local.
Oh, you got me again. Get these stingers off me.
Okay.
Hey, you know, I got another Hirachi. It might just have your name on it.
Okay, fine, Marlon. Now, what do you have in the bags? I know you always bring a little something to the show.
I always like to bring something when I come out. Now, I brought something for you. I don't know where it is here. I brought something from the McDonald's restaurant.
Right.
Now, let me bring it for you, if I may.
Okay.
This is... Here we have... It is the Garfield mug.
Oh, those are nice.
I'll put this over here. I have brought two.
There you go, right
One
there.
for you and
Thank
one
you
for
very
me.
much. That's
of course,
very
this is yours because it is scratched.
All right, Marlon, thank you. That's
now,
lovely.
It is lovely, and as I understand it, each week these mugs will change at McDonald's, and I will be bringing you the different one from one week to the next.
That'll be nice.
This week finds our friend Garfield on a seesaw with his bosom pals. Next week, he may very well be skiing or playing tennis. I cannot predict these things, for I am not God.
That's right. Well, thank you very much.
I hope you enjoy that.
I'll cherish this,
Yeah,
Marlon.
don't let
Thank you.
Ringo use it.
No,
He'll put
I won't.
some of that funny juice in it. Hi, Ringo.
Now,
Gene Krupa over there.
Marlon, we're just about out of time, and I want to thank you for dropping by.
Now, I must tell you that my plumbing has been somewhat clogged of late.
Okay, great.
And I have taken a remedy just before the show, and I must leave now, for I fear that it may be working as we speak.
Marlon Brando, ladies and gentlemen. Harry Shearer, folks. Come on back. Thank you, boys. Paul Schaefer and the NBC Orchestra. Our next guest is a very talented writer, actor, and director. He was one of the stars in the film This Is Spinal Tap, and some Americans may have seen his recent Cinemax comedy special, This Week Indoors. Folks, please say hello to Harry Shearer. Harry. Harry Shearer, ladies and gentlemen. A man who understands the importance of a peppy entrance.
A peppy entrance. I do have too many R's in my name. I have to make up for it with a peppy entrance.
And you certainly do that.
Thank you. I'm one of the few people you've had as a guest on this show who knows what that is.
Ah, that's right. We've had a run of bad luck with that.
But I do have to ask you, did Andrea Martin put her tongue in your ear last night? It sure looked like it on TV.
I can't really divulge anything.
Okay,
along those lines.
I had an obligation to ask. I can't probe any deeper than that. Although she obviously could. Thank you so much.
Your Cinemax program here turned out very nicely, didn't it? This Week Indoors. You got a lot of good press, a lot of good write-ups.
A lot of good press, although one of the good reviews took time while he was reviewing that show favorably to mention that it's not like that show that Paul Schaefer did the month before that was, in his words, the biggest bomb ever detonated in the Nevada desert.
Oh, well.
Now, I'm not... Now, wait. Hold it. I directed that show, and I co-wrote it, so he was knocking me, too. But it was like he didn't know that, you know, so he took time out from praising me to knock.
But as a friend, it's nice of you to point that out on national TV. All right, so now what are we up to?
I should point out the man was wrong, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You come into, now I didn't realize that this was a regular gig for you. You come in and this late show on CBS, this
Yeah, it's a show that's on even later than yours on CBS.
Who's the guy on there? Maury...
Charlie Rose.
Charlie Rose. It was Maury Rose. Charlie Rose.
Yeah. I go down to Washington every month. They assemble this panel of people who do political comedy, and we talk about the news. It's sort of like the comedian's answer to the McLaughlin Group, if you've ever seen that show. And it's unique because it's the only panel show on TV. Richard Belzer is on it, and a couple other people. And it's the only panel show on TV where one member of the panel owes another member $1,200, and they appear to get along in a friendly manner. Now, I won't say who owes what to whom, but
wait a minute, Harry.
Richard Belzer is another member of the panel, and
he owes you. Richard Belzer owes you $1,200.
I didn't say that.
Now, have you pointed it out on the show?
I've pointed it out on every show he's ever been on national television.
Now, he's been very successful. I would think you ought to come across with this.
Yeah, I think so, too.
Yeah. Well, what's the problem? What, some kind of a deadbeat here?
I think it's a deep-seated psychological thing that I don't want to poke at anymore, but, you know, it's on the record.
Yeah.
Anyway, I go to Washington every month. The thing I wanted to do, first thing when I got to Washington the first time, it's something I told people in D.C., and they looked at me like I was nuts, the way people in New York act if you say, I'm going to go down and see the Statue of Liberty.
Sure.
I wanted to go to hear the Nixon tapes. Nobody in Washington has ever heard the Nixon tapes. They don't go anymore. It's like, it's not even in Washington. It's in a warehouse in Alexandria, Virginia.
Any citizen of this country can go?
Yeah, you could get a field trip together now and go down there. It's in this bizarre industrial park in the middle of nowhere. There's like a Vietnamese foods warehouse across the street, and there's like, you know, Jim's Diner warehouse and the linen supply, and then Nixon Archives, third on the sign. And you go in there, and literally, I was the only person in there. There's a reading room. It looks like a library reading room, but it's actually a listening room for 100 people to sit there.
And you can pick out any segment of tape you want?
They have a catalog with, like, dates and meetings, and I guess they figured they had to, like, relate it a little more to what people knew. So now some of the items in the catalog have titles, so it's like going into a video store. I said to the man literally, give me Cancer on the Presidency and then Smoking Gun. And he did. And you just listen to it and you're like in his office. It's so amazing.
It must be as mesmerizing, I'm guessing, to hear those words coming out of his mouth, understanding the import of them now.
Yeah, it's really like you've squirreled yourself in the drawer. Yeah. Then the other thing you can do there...
we can get Andrea back for that.
Whoa! Then, while I was about to leave, and I noticed that there were these photographs on the wall, and I said that there's a guy always in there watching me while so I won't steal the cassettes.
You've been many times?
Only once. And I said to the guy, these are like official pictures from the White House? He says, yeah, look in the file cabinet. There's every picture that's ever been taken of President Nixon while he was in the White House, and you can get copies of them. So, I did. This was just a very quick little thing. But these are some beauties that I got from my own personal collection.
Wow. Wow.
See, the thing is, we paid for them, you know, so we should be able to get copies of them.
That's right, taxpayer dollars.
Taxpayer dollars paid for these. Next one is a lovely
color
rendering.
Oh, God.
You know, this is the leader of the free world, ladies and gentlemen, doing this.
He's really relaxed, isn't he?
Yeah. He's taking his time. And the president's taking it easy, too. And the final one is very appropriate for the weekend we just went through. The President and the King.
Oh, my. Now, which one exactly was Elvis?
I thought you were going to ask which one was on drugs.
And they must have a ton of these photos, right?
Yeah, they got like four file cabinets along the wall. You just go in and say, I want this, I want this, I want this.
Your tax dollars at work.
Your tax dollars at work.
Anything you want to, any kind of summation with the Iran-Contra hearings now that...
I miss them. You know, people got tired of them, but, you know, you have to remember that in the summertime, if you don't have something like that, the news is simply just Charles Kuralt saying, there's a mule who plays banjo in Hinkley, Ohio. Anything's better than that.
What, do you have time for a couple of highlights from the daily telecast?
My personal favorite moment was Poindexter is sitting there talking about a meeting he had with Ed Meese. And in the president's office. So it's Poindexter, Meese, and Reagan are sitting there. The subject is whether the president was aware a year ago, November, that Hawk missiles were being shipped. So Poindexter says, well, I didn't think the president remembered. And I asked Ed Meese, the Attorney General. He didn't think the president remembered. And then he stopped. And somebody asked him, well, did you ask the president? Swear to God, Poindexter's answer was, I know it seems like an obvious question now. Now, you see, you're not going to see something like that on Days of Our Lives. You know?
No.
It's just too darn good.
Pretty bizarre.
I miss all these great characters, though. I miss them all.
Is there anything we ought to know about you? You're going to be on the late news with Charlie Rose.
My radio show is being nationally syndicated starting in October.
Oh, that'll be nice.
Check your public radio station for details.
And Charlie Rose, you'll be with him when now?
October 5th again.
October 5th.
Yeah.
Harry Shearer, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure. Thank you very much. Yeah, we'll be right back with Deborah Norville. Okay. Our next guest is the only female anchor on a daily network news broadcast, even if it is NBC's News at Sunrise. Folks, please welcome to our show and to our network an accomplished news person and one fabulous babe. I'm sorry. Here's Deborah Norville. Deborah. Hi. Nice to see you. How are you? Thank you for being here. Are you all right? You have a little injury. Is that anything you can talk about? It's minor,
actually.
obviously.
Well, it's a minor injury, but it's possible I could die of lead poisoning or something on this very broadcast.
From lead poisoning from what?
I was trying to make lemonade,
Uh-huh.
and I was doing it the easy way, the mix,
Uh-huh.
and I cut myself.
Cut yourself on the can?
Yes.
And high
Could be a
lead
potential,
content in the...
lawsuit here.
You should have gotten a tetanus shot.
Maybe I need one.
How long have you been here at NBC? I've never seen you before on the air or off the air.
Well, where in the world have you been?
Well, you know, I have a lot of personal problems.
Can we talk?
No, we don't want to talk about any of them. But now, how long have you been here at NBC?
I've been with NBC for 5.5 years.
Here in New York?
Here in New York, I've been here since January, 1st of January.
The big time. And you came from Chicago.
MAQ in Chicago.
And before Chicago, you're from what part of the country?
I'm from Georgia.
I
Worked
see.
in Atlanta.
And what was your high school, college career like?
Boring.
Really?
Yeah. I mean...
Were you always interested in journalism? Were you a cheerleader? Were you an athlete? Were you a beauty pageant winner?
Well, that's how I got into it wasn't beauty pageant necessarily, but when I was a senior in high school, I was in the America's Junior Miss pageant, which was televised by another network. And
yeah, they get all the good stuff, those other networks, don't they?
So anyway, it just looked like everybody who worked in television had a good time.
Yeah.
And at that point, I thought I wanted to be a lawyer, was going to go to law school,
Right.
and decided TV looked like more fun, and the best way to use your brain and be in television at the same time was to be a reporter.
Yeah.
So that's when
Where was your first TV job, your first real grown-up TV job?
My first real grown-up job was WAGA, CBS station in Atlanta. And I worked there while I was in college.
Oh, that's great. And from there you went to Chicago?
Came to Chicago.
Now, see, that's a really good leap because people all across the country are fighting over themselves to get to a huge market like Chicago.
Chicago's a super place to work. It really is.
Now, what was that like when you first went there after having worked in Atlanta for a long time?
I was really dumb. I went in January, having lived in Georgia all my life. And my first weekend there, it was minus 26. Wind chill, which I thought was bad until the next weekend, which was minus 26 temperature with a minus 81 wind chill.
See, I personally don't believe in the wind chill, but that's a whole different show.
It's like the tooth fairy. It's an act of faith. You know
it's,
they're there.
It's 26 below. That's it. Go home.
But see, this is how stupid I was. I didn't know that minus 81 wind chill was unhealthy. I went shopping. I was bored. There was nothing. I had nothing in my apartment, and I didn't want to hang pictures or anything, so I went shopping.
Yeah, but the truth of the matter is, and I don't mean to take up all your time here on the show talking about the wind chill factor.
Right.
The only reason it would be important to you is if you were a citrus farmer.
You have a point.
Anyway, and we're going to get that changed. We need some legislation.
Well, what do you think about the opposite thing when it's hot and then there's high humidity?
Well, now, humidity is a real factor.
Okay.
So where's the, like when it's 90, where's the wind chill then, huh?
These are questions I can't answer.
All right, here we go. Do you remember an early assignment in Chicago that you look back on now and kind of chuckle about your naivete or?
Yeah, you know, these are the things that you try to block out of your mind. But when I was leaving Chicago, they did a little gag reel, the guys at my station.
Little blooper kind of
funny
thing.
clips, yeah, things that happened that you wished hadn't and that sort of thing. And I was sent out after I'd been in town just a couple of weeks to some press conference at a bank, and the assignment was get a reaction on some new policy the president had proposed, and from Congressman so-and-so. So I looked in the book to see what Congressman so-and-so looked like, because I had no idea who this person was. And I'd asked the crew, I said, make sure that you point out Congressman so-and-so to me. They said, sure, fine, no problem. So I saw this guy that looked like the one in the book, and I asked the crew, and I said, is that Congressman so-and-so? They said, yeah, that's the one. So I went up to him and I said, Congressman, I'd like to get your opinion on the president's new policy about thus and so. And he said, I'm sorry, I'm not a congressman. I thought, well, geez, he must be in the Senate, and I'm just confused. So I said, Senator. He said, this is so embarrassing. He said, I'm Zolly Frank, the Chevy dealer. I was like, this is... I had completely forgotten about it. And, of course, it didn't get on the air. But the guy who was writing the story saved the tape for 5 years.
Is it still in existence?
Not if I can find the original.
Well,
but it's funny.
Yeah, now it would be fun to look back on that. Yeah. When was it? Last week, 2 weeks ago? It was all women on the Today Show?
Yeah.
Was that fun?
That was a good time.
Who all was it? Of course, Jane.
Jane was there, Maria Shriver was there, and I was there.
Oh,
Willard was the token male that week.
And did you get along pretty well?
He had a great time.
Did you get along pretty well with everybody?
Really well, yeah.
No cat fights breaking out or anything?
No, it's funny, you know.
I know that. I know it's a stupid question, but I get paid to ask stupid
I know
questions.
And you do it well.
Thank you very much.
No, but nobody would ever. But nobody would ask that about if there was all men.
I know it's a sexist, horrible thing to say, and I'm sorry.
But that's okay. We had a great time, actually. It was a lot of fun.
But I mean, really, there must have been some friction because you have Jane here, who, by the way, did Jane bring those screaming kids of hers to work?
No.
And you have Maria Shriver, who is new, brand new, and yourself, all vying for potential big things here at the network. So that must have, any of that going on?
We clawed each other.
I'm just nuts.
Right
I'm just
and
nuts.
left,
I'm sorry.
No, it was a good time.
Yeah. Well, good to see you. Nice to meet you, and I hope you'll come back more often than. We'll be right back. You get along with Connie Chung, all right?
Neat lady.
Have you met her husband?
No, I met her husband.
A fat guy.
No, he's not.
Married to a really fat guy. That's true. Tomorrow, Al Franken and Tom Davis will be here, and also Curtis Mayfield. Thank you very much, Deborah. Good night, everybody.